Now, we often consider Ontario and Canada the hockey hotbed, and at the same time immediately rule out what we believe to be non-hockey markets. Every once in a while, we stumble across a hot hockey market we didn't know existed. Now, on a recent trip to Washington, D.C., I had such an occurrence. I did not realize just how much hockey is loved in that part of the U.S. Yes, they've got the Capitals, and that was a major influence, but it's amazing just how competitive hockey is there. Well, for an inside look, we've got a young star out of that neck of the woods, specifically Potomac, Maryland, recently highlighted in Sports Illustrated as one of the game's brightest, youngest stars, and I've seen him play, and I know why. At the time, described as a senior center and captain at Landon School, who had led his Bears to their first undefeated season and state title, scoring 2 goals, 2 assists, and an 8-2 win in the championship game, scoring his first goal just 8 seconds into the game. Now, he more than doubled the school record for goals in a season with 49. That included hat tricks in 4 straight games, was named State Player of the Year, averaged nearly a goal a game in his final season with the DC Capitals. He's now 18 years old. He's playing Tier 1 Junior A with the Youngstown Phantoms in the United States Hockey League. His name is Sam Anderson. He joins us now. Sam, where did your love of hockey come from?
It all started from my dad, who's from London, Ontario, who played for Western. And back when I was 2, we started playing in the kitchen. And he gave me a stick and he tried to teach me. And he was a lefty himself, so he tried to make me a lefty. But naturally, I just went to be a right shot, and pretty glad I chose that because it's working out well.
Yeah, I got to say, Sam, it's working out for you. And you got some Canadian roots. I love that. Now, how long have you been playing? I mean, obviously since a very early age.
I started skating and playing instructional hockey when I was 5 and played that for a year, and then a year of house league, and then started playing travel. And then by the time I was a squirt, I started playing AAA and kept playing since then.
So here you are, you're an 18-year-old kid, you're out of Potomac, Maryland. You've grown up with hockey. I mean, you cannot imagine your life without hockey.
No, hockey it's something that I can't imagine my life without it. I don't know. There's so many things that it's done for me. It's helped me deal with situations off the ice that I don't know how I would deal with without it. It's got so many valuable lessons that help you off the ice as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's the beauty of sport. It always comes to that. Now, Sam, you're 155 pounds, 5'7", at least last I checked. Now, you've always been considered one of the more smaller, yet more talented players in your league. Talk about the uphill battle it's always been for you in terms of your size.
Yeah, it's always been a struggle. My toughest year was when I was a Bantam. I actually didn't make AAA team because my coach thought that I was too small and he thought that I would get hurt. And that's always kind of been back in the back of my head for a while, because after that I had a year of playing AA and it was frustrating, but I bounced back, and the next year I was playing AAA again, and then after that was playing on the varsity team at my school, and then this year got drafted into USHL, and it's just been every year I'd have to deal with being a small guy, but you know your advantages and disadvantages, and you just have to know how to use them.
On your club in Ohio, you've got a nice mix of players, Sam, including a few Canadians.
Yeah, there are some Canadians that have chosen to go through the U.S. college hockey route and not the major junior programs in Canada. And I think it shows that the league itself is growing, and college hockey itself is also growing throughout not just the U.S. but also Canada, that kids want to not just go to the NHL, but they want to get an education first, and that's important.
Ever thought of coming up here, Sam, with your Canadian roots?
I kind of thought that I would end up I grew up kind of liking the London Knights just because my dad was from there, and obviously there's so many NHL stars that have come out of that organization. And Dale Hunter, who I grew up watching as the captain of the Capitals, now he coaches there. I always had an attraction to that team, and then as I got older and older, I realized that I couldn't play college hockey, and you lose the chance at getting an education before possibly going to the NHL. And it was a tough choice, but I'm glad I stuck it out here and been fortunate enough to receive a college scholarship.
Sam Annis with us on Sports Central with Jeff Sammut, Sportsnet 590 The Fan. USHL has supplied many NHLers like Gary Suter, Paul Stastny, Patrick Sharp, Brian Falsky, Max Pacioretty, Kyle Okposo, Ryan Malone, Sam Gagner. The list is massive, Sam. Was that a factor in your choosing Youngstown and pursuing the game at this level?
Over the past few years, I've seen few guys out of my area go play in the USHL, and almost the attraction is that not that they did well, but almost that they struggled, and it shows that how competitive and top-notch this league is that it's a challenge, and definitely like the challenge of playing at the best level that you can be at, and I'm definitely glad that I've come here. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and USHL has a ton of college commitments as well. Now, growing up in Maryland and D.C., talk about how popular hockey was and still is today, and just how great the hockey IQ is there.
When I was younger, the Caps went to the finals in '98, and I think everyone grew up loving Peter Bondra, and I know I certainly did, and he's a great role model. And now, of course, Ovechkin's there, and what he's done for the area is just the hockey love has multiplied by immense numbers. And a lot of kids now you see walking around wearing Cap shirts, and everyone likes hockey, and it's great to see that hockey's not just a Canadian sport or for people up in Detroit or Minnesota area. So
yeah. Now, did you have any contact with current or former NHLers?
Peter Bondra's son actually played on in the same organization as me, just as a year above. And sometimes our team would split ice with them. And when he was a free agent, sometimes he would skate with them. And so when we would split ice, there was times where I was injured for a month. And there was a time where it was just me and him sharing the net, and we'd just shoot pucks. And,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. And as I understand it, your dad has a connection to Nick Kypreos as well.
Yeah. Before I was born, Nick actually lived in our house and spent some time when he was playing for the Capitals. It kind of started out as just temporary housing, and then they seemed to hit it off, and all because of our Greek relations, and hockey is definitely a major lifestyle for us.
Well, hockey's definitely a part of your household, and I'm sure your parents are still cleaning up the mess Nick Kypreos left behind. Look, Sam, you're focused, determined, talented. You've got some good hockey blood. Sam Annis, best of luck. Thanks for letting us to get to know you a little bit better and to help us follow your career, and for telling us a bit about hockey markets down south. Appreciate it, buddy. Take care.
Thank you. It's been a real pleasure talking to you guys.